every crisis is a cry for help. And beneath every lab coat is a banging hot body that could melt the mailman. And that body is mine. Please call me the Interventionist. Hello and welcome to today's show. Thank you for joining us on our harmonious gallivant through the human psyche. Let's see who's coming over for dinner.
I open up my pantry as anyone would to grab a granola bar. It's 3:11 in the afternoon. Too late for lunch, but too early for dinner. Just then I hear a key turning in my door. While I was anticipating the taste of oats and milk chocolate chip I could have never anticipated. A snack buddy. The intruder now lingers at my front door, removing the key from the lock with a surgical precision. His frame is slender, like Slender Man. His silhouette, dark and familiar, like Enderman. He's tall, maybe 4'11", I'd wager, 5 feet with shoes. From here I can see that his right sock is black. Left sock, also black. He must have heard me say feet because his footsteps near closer and closer. The intruder clears his throat. I prepare for a declaration, some sort of menacing catchphrase.
Honey, I'm home.
It's my husband.
You know how toddlers that have too much iPad time end up being a bit special? Well, I think it's happening to my wife, but with like true crime podcasts. It's like someone moved in upstairs. Please don't tell her I said that.
I hear murmurs of a stranger who just moved in upstairs. I should have known when I was beginning to smell top notes of Victoria Street near the towel room.
It's those podcasts, you see? We used to go on fun dates and watch movies. Actual good movies, like Morbius and Princess Protection Program. Now she just hides in her closet and gets inspired, I guess.
Spencer used the amputated liver as a lunch bag, which he then put into his backpack, which he then put into a bigger backpack, which he put into his luggage on his way to singing lessons in Ecatepec de Morelos, Mexico.
I just don't know what to do anymore. It's taken over our whole lives. It's becoming who we are.
The husband's knife was inserted soon before it was swiftly removed before it was once again reinserted. The wife's lifeless body flapped like waves on ocean rocks.
Is that smart?
I think Rick knows that I know. And I'm afraid he might get to me before it's too late.
Wow. And I guess it's my distinct pleasure to say, Sarah from Brampton, everybody.
Permission to record?
Well, we're already recording live to Met TV. Sarah, how are you today?
I'm fine. I say that I'm fine, but I've lied. The studio's cold and I'm underdressed in the name of fashion, completely stumped by the question, why would the Interventionist invite me here today? I look around in the audience. What are they here for? Did they want a show? A spectacle? A ritual?
Seat fillers, yeah. Your husband Rick tells me you have a sort of cutesy habit of mixing up your real life with the true crime podcasts that you listen to. Please, Sarah, won't you tell us a bit about that?
Rick. How does this man know Rick? And what did Rick tell this man about me? It's as if they made a plan together. Without me. About me. And like a puppy, I comply.
Well, Rick is here.
I get a strange sense that Rick is here.
Yes, Rick is here.
The last time I saw Rick was this morning. I poured him his glass of orange juice, and not once between that routine pattern of sips did he tell me he was going to be here today. Secrets, some might say, are as dangerous as lies. Why? Why would Rick be here today?
Well, why don't we ask him ourselves? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rick.
Thank you. Thank you for taking this on. Really, thank you so much.
It's what I do. You come to the Interventionist when you have, well.
Listen, pal, she started listening to true crime podcasts about 2 years ago, and at first I was fine with it because it stopped the snoring and it's pretty normal, right? Well, Then she started falling asleep to 47 stab wounds and the killer card catcher's verse of read you, route you into the victims. And I mean, I was still fine with it because the snoring was stopped, but the never quite stopped. Sarah?
I look out into the audience of Chili Studio B, and there's approximately 12 dozen faces I do not recognize, and only one that I do. Cassandra Jeffries. House 121 on Borley Boulevard, and 5 from mine and 1 across the street. Co-chair of the Neighborhood Watch Committee, and frequent hall monitor at Mariah Carey Elementary. Given her qualifications, I doubt it would have been hard for her to obtain tickets to an event such like this. Perhaps as easy as getting away with murder, or leaving an uncollected present on my front lawn. And amongst my observations, a fresh new ferocious bob has sprouted on the top of her head. A choice that makes sense for a co-chair such as herself. And what did I find next to that uncollected pile of doggy doo-doo? A strand of thin hair loitering right next to it. That was the day that Cassandra got it trimmed with her dog, Anna, the Shih Tzu.
Well, it appears as though we have our first suspect of the doggy doo-doo crime.
First would be gross misunderstanding. Cassandra's certainly not the first suspect.
Sarah, we don't even have a dog.
Well, isn't that just so convenient?
There she is!
Look, sweetie, you've got to get this obsession under control. You go from dealing with one tragedy at work, you come home, then you listen to another.
In all my years of knowing Rick, never once has he been a doctor like me. Yet you have the gall to tell me how to escape a life that I loathe.
And this, folks, is what we in the psychology field call a breakthrough.
I mean, honey, come on. These horrifying stories relax you?
Yes, Sarah. Why do you do it?
Why do I do it? What are my motivations? Well, part of it is relaxation, recreation, but the other part of it is called research, asking the right questions. And there's one I should have been asking all along. Where were you the night the doo-doo landed?
I told you.
That you were with Michael, but Michael was at Legoland. Where were you the night the doo-doo landed?
And this, folks, is what we in the psychology field call the aftermath of lying to your wife.
Where were you the night the doo-doo landed?
It was Friday at Bernie's and I thought I could hold it, okay? I was watching the game with the boys and I had a bit too much juice and it wasn't the Shih Tzu.
I knew it. It's always the husband.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I think you're a little too obsessed still with this true crime stuff.
Actually, maybe you're not obsessed enough. I mean,
What?
Sarah, have you ever thought of starting your own podcast? You're clearly very talented at it. I mean, you could do this full time and not be miserable working your day job.
I mean, I've never thought about it, but if people are willing to listen, maybe I'd give it a shot. Oh my gosh. I mean, maybe I'd give it a shot. Yeah, thank you.
Well, yes. And Rick, are you excited to be her #1 listener?
No. I much prefer the relaxing sounds of West Brazilian fire ant colony revolutions and the conversational chatter of bottlenose dolphins in the eastern swells off the Southern California coast.
Okay, please join us next week, where we will be living, laughing, and loving our way through life. Once again, I am the Interventionist, friend to all mailmen. And have a good night.